'cause here I come. Lord, I suffered through the years and shed so many tears. It's just me against the world. Me against the world, baby. I got nothing to lose. This is me against the world. Me against the world, baby. Can you picture my prophecy? Stressing the city, the cops is out for me. The project is full of bullets, the bodies is dropping. There ain't no stopping me. Constantly moving while making millions. Witnessing killers, leaving dead bodies in the abandoned buildings. Carries the children cause they're ill. Addicted to killing and the appeal from the gap villains. Without feeling, but will they last or be blasted? Hard-headed bastard. Maybe you'll listen in this casket, the aftermath. More bodies being buried. I'm missing my homies in a hurry. They relocating to the cemetery. Got me worried, stressing my business worried. The question is, will I live? No one in the world loves me. I'm headed for danger. Don't trust strangers for running the chamber whenever I'm feeling this anger. Don't wanna make excuses, cause this is how it is. What's the use unless we're shooting? No one notices the youth. It's just me against the world, baby.
Me against the world.
It's me against the world. It's just me against the world.
Me against the world.
Cause it's me against the world, baby. Me against the world. I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna fuck with me. Got the police busting at me, but they can't do nothing to me. My ambitions as a rider. My ambitions as a rider.
1, 2. Hey, 1, 2.
So many battlefield scars while driven in
Hey,
blood.
1, 2. 1, 2. Hey, 1, 2.
Addressing the mass public, my attitude was fuck it. These motherfuckers love it to be a soldier. Most they take impose their ease, don't like it's complicated. Only when you make it to be. And my ambitions as a rider, the catch you while she hot and horns go up inside her. Then I split some game in the ear, go to the telly, ho. He put with money in the beard, this bitch I'm better broke. I'm smoking bomb ass weed, feeling crucial. From player to player, the gang fight, feelings mutual. From hustling and praise to begging motherfuckers illusion. Happiness living on the streets is a delusion. Even a smooth criminal one day must get caught. Shot up, shot down with the bullet that he bought. 9mm kicking, thinking about what the street do to me. Cause they never taught peace in the black community. All we know is violence, do the job in silence. Walk the city streets like a rat pack of tyrants. Too many brothers, daily headed for the big pen. Niggas coming out worse off than when they went in. Over the years I've done a lot growing up. Get drunk, throwing up, dumped up. Then I said I had enough. There must be another route, way out to money and fame. I changed my name, played a different game. Tired of being trapped in this vicious cycle. If one more cop harasses me, I just might go psycho. And when I get him, I hit him with a bum rush. Only a lunatic would like to see a score crush. Yo, if you're smart, you really let me go cheat. But keep me cooped up in this ghetto and catch the Uzi. They got me trapped. They got me trapped.
Ray Love, report to the podium. All right, everyone, we're going to get this thing started on time. Ray, can I see you at the podium?
What is open though? The business stuff?
Who shot fist brutality? Who do you blame? It's a shame because the man's slain. He got caught in the chains of his own game. How can I feel guilty after all the things they did to me? Sweating me, hunting me, trapped in my own community. One day I'm gonna bust. Blow up on this society. Watch your
There's
life.
little information. It's in the listing though. They do have a listing.
It's all about one time.
I'ma say it's all about you.
It's all about you.
In the house, when I'm poor, pills knock, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'ma say it's all about you, but you know why not? Yeah.
You probably took it as the last trick. Wanna laugh at how I got my ass caught up with this bad bitch? Thinking I had her, but she had me in the long run. It's just my luck, I'm stopping fucking niggas gonna run. Why the city? Based no lies we live. Scandalous times, games like my religion. You could be rolling with the thug. Instead you with the sweet scrub, looking for some love. And now in club, I see you staring like you want it. Well, baby, if you got it, better front it. Let the liquor help you get a bonus. I'm still tipsy from last night. Bumping the walls as a ball. I think it to the fast life. I try to holler, but you tell me you take it. Saying you ain't impressed with the money you make. Guess it's true what they telling me. Rush out of jail like hell for a black celebrity. So that's the reason why I call. And maybe you win. Fantasies of a sudden, can I hit it? Addicted to the things you do. It's still true. What I'm saying, boo, is this is all about you. Every other city we go. Every other video. No matter where I go. I see you.
Hello, hello, hello. Everybody, this is what we want to start doing. First of all, I love all of y'all. Thank you for coming out. I'm seeing people that I haven't seen in over 20 years. And it's good for us to be together. But we want to try to stay on time, and we want to try to do this in an orderly fashion. So all of the speakers and family guests that are supposed to be in the seats, go to the front right here, and they'll get you situated. The other guests that are going to be in this area, everybody just kind of start coming to the front, and we'll get it worked out. But, man, Oakland, look at us. It's a beautiful thing. Bay Area, look at us. It's a beautiful thing. We're going to make noise and make sure that Bro can hear us today.
You gotta get the fuck out of here. Niggas, check out time, nigga. Hey, call me up, call Jazz Rose. Call Suge, call all the niggas out to meet them downstairs. Tell them Valet bring the keys around. Hey, corrupt, y'all niggas driving, y'all flying back. What's up, man? Hey, psych, nigga, come on, man. Get up out the bathroom, fool. Let's go. I lost some money, man. Nigga. Now I'm up early in the morning, breath sinking as I'm yawning. Just another sunny day in California. I got my mind focused on some papers while I'm at the sexy capers. Give a holler to the moochies last night and try to break the sweeties rap. Lyrics takers, the room all up in Vegas. I'm a boss player. Just before I let these bitches break us last night was like a fantasy. Alizé and Hennessy, a hoochie She and the homie dirty dancing with my man and me. Told her I was interested. Picture all the shit we did. I got her hot and horny all up on me. What a freaky bitch. First you argue, then I fight it till you lick me wherever I like it. Got a nigga all excited. It don't matter, just don't bite it. I never got to check out the scene. Too busy trying to dig a hole in your jeans. Now it seems it's checkout time. Gotta go. Yeah, baby. It's checkout time. Gotta go, man. Hey, come on, man. Get your bags, man. Call that mail motherfucker on the car. Get a nigga shit. Cause we out here.
They label me an outlaw, so it's time for the panty raid. My fantasies came true, but then it on a man I escapaded, did it all in too soon. All the homies running through the halls, room to room. So I assume since I'm a player like my niggas side, then it's only right for me to disappear into the night. My game's trump tight, so I find time to recline. Sneak in your room, instant massage, sip wines of all kinds. I ain't got that much time, so hurry up and pop the dime and let me hit it from behind. Since I'm only here for one night, I got to get you hot and heated. Play like Michael Jackson and beat it. One more thing I like to mention, I'm done and I'm out cause there's someone else who deserves my attention. So all the homies round up in the lobby, cause bustin' bitches is a hobby. Nigga, it's checkout time. Hey yo man, Pop, hey where the fuck is Daz at, man? Hey yo, locked up with something. Yo, don't even wanna leave. Yo man, it's checkout time. It's time to get out this motherfucker. See those bitches? We out here. Yo,
I'm living the life of a boss player. The front desk calling, but I'm checking out later. My behavior's crazy with what you did to me, baby. If walls could talk, they'd say you tried to fade me. I'm putting in work, but didn't hurt from the jacuzzi to the bed. Caressing your thoughts, cause I'm living fed. Heard what I said? Passion is crashing the room. From the liquor we consume, I heard a boom. I'm blacking out, you yelling out, big psych daddy. We did it in the caddy on the highway, my way. I'm lost in the dream, so it seemed to be the night. 5 bottles of Cristal and I'm still tight. Out of sight from pocket corrupt. As I get it up, once the doors close, you're stuck in a heady, sticky situation. Get up, baby, you ain't on vacation. It's checkout time. Hey, it's checkout time. Hey, Pop, nigga, where my shoes go, nigga? Where my motherfucking drawers and shit at, nigga? Where y'all niggas live partying too fucking much? Fuck y'all doing, nigga? Corrupt. Go tell Daz, man, and Bogart and the rest of them niggas, come on, man. Niggas is tripping, man. Front desk all calling me, telling me to get the hell out of here, man. I ain't got no more money. Somebody loan me $100. Your ass out. Got a nigga wanting it so bad I'm about to pass out. Wanna dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes, time to fly out. Catch you at a club, oh shit, you got me feeling, body talking shit to me, but I can't comprehend the meaning. Now if you wanna roll with me, then get your chance, doing 80 on the freeway. Police catch me if you can. Forgive me, I'm a rider, still I'm just a simple man. All I want is money, fuck the fame, I'm a simple man. It's the international player with the passport, just like the last bitch. Get you anything you ask for, see the him or me. Champagne, Hennessy, a favorite of my homies when we fall on our enemies. Witness as we creep to a low speed. Keep what a hoe need. Pump some more weed, bump, you don't need. Approach your hoochies with a passion, been a long day. But I've been driven by attraction in a strong way. Your body is banging, baby. I love it when you're blowing it. Time to give it to daddy, nigga. Now tell me how you roll it. the state where you never find a dance floor empty and pimp speed. The mission for them greens. Lean, mean, money making machines, serving dreams. I've been in the game for 10 years making rap tunes. Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon, now it's 95 and they clock me and watch they diamonds shining, looking like I'm Rob Liberace. It's all good, from Diego to the Bay. Your city is the bomb if your city making pay. Throw up a finger if you feel the same way. Straight putting it down for California, yeah. West Coast knows how to party. Yes, they do. That's right.
My niggas look mad. Y'all supposed to be happy on the screen. Y'all niggas look like y'all wanted me to stay in jail.
Picture me rolling in my 500 Benz. I got no love for these niggas. There's no need to be friends. They got me under surveillance. I swear somebody can tell them. No, there's no being so. But I ain't the one telling. Don't wanna be another number. I got a fucking gang of weed to keep you going under. The federales wanna see me dead. Niggas put prices on my head. Now I got $2 by my bed. I feed them lead. Now when released, how will I live? Well, God forgive me for all the dirt a nigga did. Feed kids, one life to live. It's so hard to be positive when niggas shooting at your crib. Mama, I'm still thugging. The world is a war zone. My homies is inmates, and most of them dead grown. Full grown, following your man. Just scheming on ways to put some greed inside the palms of my empty hands. Just picture me rolling, crossing the bins on the ranch that isn't stolen. My dreams are sensing, my hopes are growing. I'm like a fiend that finally sees on this dope is gone. My nerves are stripped, heart beating in my head. Oh yeah, I get around, still clown with the underground when we come around. Stronger than ever, back to get wrecked. All respect to those who break their neck to keep their hopes in check. Cause no big sweater brother majorly. And I don't know why your girl keeps paging me. To tell me that she needs me, cries when she leaves me. And every time she sees me to squeeze me. Lady, take it easy. Hate to sound sleazy, but tease me. I don't want it if it's that easy. Hey yo, bust it. Baby got a problem saying bye-bye. Just another hazard of a fly guy. Your ass wide don't matter. My pockets got fatter. Now everybody's looking for the ladder. And ain't no need in being greedy. If you wanna see me, try to keep a number, baby, when you need it. And I'll be there in a jiffy. Don't be picky, just be happy with this quickie. But when you learn, you can't time it down, baby doll. Check it out. I get around. What you mean you don't know? Check it go. I get around. The underground just don't stop for hoes. I get around. Still down with the underground clowns. I get around. Yeah. Hey yo, shop. Let them hoes know.
Now you can tell from my everyday fits, I ain't rich, so cease and desist with them tricks. I'm just another black man caught up in the mix, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Just cause I'm a freak don't mean that we can hit the sheets. Baby, I can see that you don't recognize me. I'm Shock G, the one who put the satin on your panties. Never knew a hooker that could share me. I guess.
What's up, love? How you doing?
Right.
Well, I've been hanging, singing, trying to do my thing. Oh, you heard that I was banging? Your homegirl you went to school with, that's cool, but did she tell you about her sister and your cousin? Thought I wasn't. See, weekend was made for Michelob, but it's a Monday, my day, so just let me hit it, yo. And don't mistake my statement for a clown. We can keep it on the down low, long as you know that I get around. Round and round, round and round. To rock it down, don't stop for hoes. I get around. Round and round, round and round. Fingertips on the hips as I dip, gotta get a tight grip, don't slip, loose lips ain't shit, it's a trip. I love the way she licks her lips, see me jocking, put a little twist in her hips, cause I'm watching. Conversations on the phone to the break of dawn, now we all alone while the lights on. Turn them off, time to set it off, get you wet and soft, something's on your mind, let it off. You don't know me, you just met me, you won't let me, well if I couldn't have it, why you sweat me? It's a lot of real G's doing time, cause the movie bit the truth and told the lie. You pick the get around. And one more copper as a seat, I just might go psycho. And when I
Mic check, mic check. We getting ready to start the program. Can Money B come to the stage, please? Can Money B come to the stage?
Johnny Dangerous when they be fucking 50 deep. They be fucking cowards when they by themselves. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. That's right.
You ain't shit without your homeboy. You ain't shit without your homeboy. You ain't shit without your homeboy. Now every time I see you catch you rolling in packs, for the life of me I cannot see why you don't know how to act. Love the clan when you deep, but when you on that solo creep out on the streets, you don't hear a beat. Nigga, it's a goddamn shame. Somebody explain why they send a bad boy to play a grown man's game. Tear that ass out the frame, completely get that ass kicked. Woke up on the street, but you be sleeping in the casket. How long will it last? Nigga, don't ask, just be first to blast. Outlaw on the mask, trying to be the first to see some cash. My shit's classic, like my nigga Nick, get the tape, will keep the nation anticipating until we break. Money made me evil, cold cases got me stressed. Niggas aiming at my head, but I still wear my vest. I don't give a fuck, motherfuckers, I'm low. They all ducking when my gun smoke. Cause you ain't shit without your homeboy. You probably run at the sound of funk. I give a fuck, you niggas is punk. Without your homeboy, you be the first to reach in your trunk. You scary niggas is punks. You ain't shit without your homeboy, nigga. Punk ass right, nigga. You ain't shit without your homeboy. Throw your hands up, you little trick.
Yo. Like Yak said, how the fuck you gonna shoot me right? When you got the outlaw pocket sitting your box. You was looking real weak walking down the street. Now nigga 30 deep, all you wanna be. Talk cheap, shoot a nigga the fair one. The homies like fucking, with sticks, you the only scared one. Damn son, close call I bet. Now down around the way you get no respect. They like that outlaw nigga played you out. We could've took it to the fist, I would've laid you out. Niggas be acting all different when they dogs come around. Watch them act like bitches when outlaws dog down. They all clowns, better yet they all sons. You the type to have a gun and never blaze the one. Get your banana split, you ain't the man you with. Outlaws you'll never forget. Knock your brother to dawn, get it called y'all. Turning these streets into Vietnam. Where your homeboys,
homeboys. My thug niggas, I love niggas from small time crooks to big time drug dealers. My homeboys, the only thing a nigga got left. I love my homies to death. We ain't shit without our homeboys. You know what time it is. I ain't shit without my homeboys. Hey, tell them the story how you came up, nigga. Worry me, G. What's up, thinking back, reminiscing on my teens, a young G. Getting paid off the dope fiends, fucking off cash that I made. Nigga, what's the sense of working hard if you never get to pay? I'm hustling, staying out till it's dawn and coming home at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hands on my clock, eyes on the prize. Finger on the trigger when a nigga ride. Shooting craps, busting niggas out the door. Pick my money off the floor. God bless the straight folks stuck on food. Drunk again, sipping on gin with a couple of friends. Say them thug life niggas be like major pimps. Sticking to the rules wasn't made to sin. And if I die, let it be. But when they come for me, bury me. Gee, I ain't got time for bitches. Gotta keep my mind on my motherfucking riches. Even when I die, they won't worry me. Mama, don't cry, worry me. Gee, I ain't got time for bitches. Gotta keep my mind on my motherfucking riches. Even when I die, they won't worry me.
If we can fade out the music, we're going to go ahead and get started. When I say each one, you say teach one. Each one. Each one. Y'all, the cure is in our culture. My name is Chris Chapman. I am honored to open up this beautiful space in the spirit of what time it is locally, nationally, and across this globe. Remember, the cure is in our culture. I'm the founder and CEO of Kingmakers of Oakland. We were born out of a department that was blessed to start in 2010, the Office of African American Male Achievement. Kingmakers of Oakland is an independent organization now, starting in 2020. We help our kings and queens take their crowns out their pocket and rock it. really by centering black boys while serving all students in public schools across this country. We help our kings improve their educational life outcomes from preschool through PhD. In essence, with our youth and communities to help our kings, queens, and non-binary royalty to take their crowns at their pockets and rock it by teaching them who's and whose they are, connecting them to a community collective of people committed to supporting their holistic development. I want to start off by saying we are in a critical time in our history where we have to be audacious in how we are caring for our children and families. As we come to honor the 50-year anniversary of hip-hop and the legacy of our beloved brother Tupac and sister Yanni Shakur, we must all remember that the cure is in our culture. Tupac, in many ways, was the spark in the dark that shined a light on what's right and wrong for all of us to do something with it. The cavalry is not coming to save any of us. We are the enchanted people we've been waiting for. We have some incredible speakers here today, all lined up in service of their light, love, and legacy to share with you today. I want to thank beloved brother Kariga Bailey for introducing me to an amazing brother, Ray Love, who is one of the leaders of today's Tupac Shakur Foundation and today's Tupac Shakur Way street naming ceremony. You know, you can't go wrong when the name Love is in your name. So I was blessed to meet this brother on the phone, and he reached out. And this is how we all really need to take the E out of ego so we can go forward, y'all. It ain't about any of us right now. It's really about our young people. So this brother reached out. I didn't know him. I didn't know much about the work he was doing, but he asked for some support. And I was like, what do you need, brother? And Kingmakers of Oakland is one of the partners, but he just needed someone just to help move a few things locally to really help us all shine a light on the love and legacy and light of brother Tupac. So can we give some love for brother Ray Love and all the folks that are supporting his vision? Thank you, King. So I want to be bold, black, and brief as I'm going to leave y'all with a few things. One, I'm not an MC, a musician, or a poet, but I'm a teacher and a community servant for over 35 years in Oakland, and I understand the power of the arts. The truth is told through the arts and in many ways brings us together across class, race, gender, age, and geography. As we are living in a time in this country where they are banning books, not supporting culturally responsive curriculum and pedagogy, and reversing affirmative action, in many ways, hip-hop has been and will continue to be the place where we share our history, our culture, our beauty, our brilliance, and demonstrate our innate greatness. To all of you, let us remind ourselves that our children will be our fate or our future. We must engage, encourage, and empower our youth every step of the way. Repeat after me. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the children. Asheo. Thank you, King. The renaming of MacArthur and Grand to Tupac Shakur Way is about legacy. I encourage all of us today to carry forward the legacy of our beloved brother Tupac Shakur. The street naming is a powerful symbol to his gifts and talents and will allow us to carry his legacy forward in perpetuity. In closing, I would like to invite all of you who might be interested in connecting and supporting the next generation of artists, music, musicians, animators, video production, and fashion design. Kingmakers of Oakland purchased the former Zoo Labs in West Oakland, and it's now called Cool Labs Design Center and Production House, to help support our kings, queens, non-binary royalty to learn all aspects of the arts as a way to empower love, the next generation to speak for themselves and cultivate their genius, entrepreneurship, and impact in the communities they live in. Let us all continue to plant seeds that will grow to become trees that will provide shade for children we haven't even imagined yet. As Tupac once said, I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or change the world, but I'm going to be the spark, the brain that will change the world. The call to action for all of us today is to be that spark for somebody else to take their crown out their pocket and rock it. Thank you very much for allowing me to share a few words today and be in community with y'all. I am because we are. Brother Chris. Brother Sway, let's give some love to Brother Sway.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Isn't it amazing when you look up at this stage and you see all these icons to the right of me, all of these people, these pillars in our community and our music community. Please give them a round of applause and look to your left. Look to your left. Look at this beautiful family, everything they stand for. Give them a big round of applause to the Shakur family. Man, can I hug you? Geez, I've been getting emotional since I've been getting older, so bear with me. Ray Love hit me up and said, hey man, before he could even say anything to me, I just said, what do you need, where, and what time? I had no idea what he was gonna ask. And I told him, don't worry about me, I'll be the least of your worries. You ain't gotta accommodate nothing, I'm just gonna be here for this purpose, because I never got a chance to say thank you to Tupac. And so today will be my opportunity to say thank you, because he confirmed for me what my role was to be in this culture. You know, I had an idea when King Tech and I first started as MCs with a group called Flynamic Force that I was going to be like MC Hammer. Hammer used to come in the store with a bunch of busted records and sell all this music, and I was like, yeah, we got to do like Hammer doing, you know. And we were on our way. We signed a major deal, but then somehow we ended up on radio with 106 KMEL. And that's when our relationship with Tupac began. When Tupacalypse Now started, well, actually when Digital Underground was first putting the pieces of the puzzle together, we had an opportunity to be a part of Digital Underground. We chose to go a different direction. And when that whole collective started, Saphir, Money B, you know, Tupac, everybody was there. We were all like in school together. We all grew up together in this, and we all kind of assumed our roles. As I became more prominent in radio, we became syndicated, and we start spreading what we do in the Bay across the world through our radio stations. I still wasn't sure what my role was to be. And I got a call in 1996 from Alex Mejia by way of Layla Steinberg. Give her a big round of applause. That said, Tupac wants to talk with you. And I hadn't spoken with him since the 6 films that he starred in. That deserves a round of applause. All the success he had, and in that conversation, it ended up being one of the last interviews that he ever did. And I recall during the interview thinking to myself, what am I doing here? What is my purpose? What do I ask him? I'm his friend, I'm his brother, but I need to challenge him on some of these things I'm saying. And the interview went on to become a really prominent interview everywhere in the world. So as I traveled the world, when I've been to South America, as I've gone to South Africa, the Netherlands, Germany, they got statues in front of museums of Tupac Shakur, Ghana, Mexico, the Philippines. I'm approached by kids who heard me interview Tupac Shakur, that he's influenced, that he's impacted all over the world. And they want to hear about my experience. And I tell them my experience was just to be a conduit. I understood it. He explained to me that I have to give you this story so you can circulate it around the world. He said to me, when I made all this music, I made it for everything that all the people wanted to hear, the people from the streets up top. And now I'm going to tell them everything they need to hear. So he confirmed to me what my purpose has been, and that's what I've been following ever since, even on MTV, Sway in the Morning, all the different things would have to be in Tracy G. A lot of that came from Tupac. So I wanted to be here today to say he's a leader. He's an innovator. His duality, his fight for the people, he stood 10 toes down, and that fight that he fought for us resonated all around the globe. Anybody who was in an oppressed society could identify with Pac. He gave us hope. He let us understand that that indoctrination that was filled into our mindsets was false. We're never lesser than. We're only great. We're only greater. And so I'm proud to be here today to be a part of this street naming ceremony. I see murals all over the world of Tupac, so it's only right that we have a street named after him, correct? So let's celebrate today with the Shakur family. And thank you. Your family has been through a lot, you know, and still you stand here strong. You look amazing, you know, and we know that energy never dies. So he may not be here in the physical, but if you look at all the conversations that's had in hip-hop culture, music culture, who's the most debated? Who's the most discussed? Who's the most celebrated? That man passed on in 1996, and to this day, we talk about him like he's here in front of us. He's easily the greatest voice to ever come out of this culture, the one and only Tupac Shakur. We're going to celebrate him today. And with that said, I want to bring up our first speaker, and I love it when, you know, people who represent the people are up here to speak on behalf of the people. I want to welcome to the stage our council member, the one and only Carol Fife. Please.
Are there children out here today? I'm asking because I'm a cuss. I'm just telling y'all straight up. Please don't be offended. But I recall an interview where Tupac said, you shouldn't be offended by the language I use because the conditions that we are experiencing are far worse than anything I could possibly say out my mouth. So with that, I just want to announce who I am. My name is Carol Fife. I'm the council member for District 3, and that is the perimeter of this lake. But I'm also the individual that brought forward this resolution to rename this boulevard as Tupac Shakur Way. I could not do that without love. So not just Ray, but also Tanya Love, who worked to get all of the permits cleared and work with the family, work with the foundation to make sure today could actually happen. So I want to take the two loves of my life who helped to make this happen today. I also want to recognize what Sway Calloway just said, which is we got icons on this side. We got icons over here. Oh my goodness. And on this side, we got our elected officials. So look what Tupac brought together. We got folks from that have a legacy in the industry, but also elected officials who at the time when he was at the height of his career were trying to censor him. So look at how times change. So with that said, I want to get into why today is so iconic. For so long, hip hop was almost counted out, right? Counted out the game is not a real genre, not a real art form. But 50 years later, we are standing here honoring one of the most impactful, if not the most impactful artists of hip hop culture, all time. And the reason that is significant to me is I'm not up here just looking like a praise dancer, honestly. I did not intend for that. But I wanted to wear what I wore when we renamed the in West Oakland, the street for Minister Huey P. Newton. When we unveiled the bust as the first in Oakland, the first homage to the Black Panther Party for self-defense. And it's so important 50 years later because the same things that the party was fighting for, the same thing that made who Tupac was, what he was fighting for and trying to lift up through his music is what we're fighting for today. We are still fighting for housing. We are still fighting to address police brutality. You don't see it on the news as much, but it's still happening. We're still fighting for just basic, decent incomes for folks. We're still fighting to not have thug life be the reality that's driving what we see in this city. The hate that we give children, right? The hate that you give little infants fucks everybody. That is the reason why we're seeing what we're seeing in Oakland right now. Not Democrats, not woke policies. It's the fact that we have not addressed that Oakland is one of the most expensive places to live in the entire world. The Bay Area is one of the most expensive places to live in the world. And we're wondering why we see homeless like we see it. We're wondering why we see people breaking people's windows to get laptops to sell to get something to eat. Because we are still not taking care of people's basic needs. When youth homelessness has increased 70% in the last 30 years, and y'all talking about go get your kids, feed your kids. How do we feed our children? How do we make sure that they have what they need to thrive? When children are graduating, being able to read, we got something bigger that's a problem, not just in Oakland, but this country. So I apologize for my passion. I'm sorry for cussing. It's all, thank you. Town business is Panther business, is people's business, is people power. And power, as Minister Huey said, is the ability to define phenomenon and act in a desired manner. So I don't want y'all to just be out here celebrating the renaming of a street. I want us to put our hearts and our minds where our passion is, and do something. Get involved. If you are not a part of an organization, get involved with an organization. Shout out to Chuck Johnson for making me remember Soul Beat and the importance of preserving the legacy. But the importance of preserving the legacy of hip hop is also about preserving the people. Black folks are the only group, the only racial ethnic group in Oakland, California that's shrinking. We are the birth givers to hip hop. So we got to do something about us, right? This is, I'm sorry, I'm talking to the black folks out here. And that means we come together. Like Chris said, no ego, but about the issues. And we got some issues that need tissues. And we're going to get it together, because that's why I'm here. That's why I'm in this office. So I am proud to stand here with the family. Y'all been through it. Y'all have been through it. And we got you. We got you. Not just this, but in action to preserve what Tupac was trying to tell us. We love him. People try to say he wasn't from here. You know, he wasn't born here. It ain't about where you're from. It's about where you at. And he claimed Oakland. He said Oakland gave him his game, right? And it's done that for a lot of us, right? It's done that for a lot of us. So let's remember the game that it gave. And let's remember we got to pour into our city. We got to pour into solutions. We got to pour into what we know he stood for, regardless of what the press and everybody else was trying to. We loved him. We loved him then. We love him now. And energy cannot be created or destroyed. So he is here because energy is eternal. The physical may go away, but his spirit and his energy is here. And let us celebrate that today. Thank you.
One time for Council Member Fife, please. I talked to Sleuth, who was working management for Digital Underground and Raw Fusion. And what you said about being passionate, I said, if you had to say any words about Tupac, what would it be? He said he was very passionate and he was very disciplined. And to tell the kids who will come to this today, if you're passionate about something, go full throttle, because that's what he did. So we appreciate your energy, right? Atron Gregory is here. Wow, this guy is a legend in the Bay Area music scene. And I don't know if you recall this, Atron, but there was a time when you and Pac came up to KMEL with the album Tupacalypse Now. And you took me and King Tech, and we went into a music room, and you guys came to us for our opinion on what should be the single, right? And you may not know how that was also confirmation for us, too. So I want to thank you for all that you do and all that you've done. Give that man a big round of applause. We got the mechanics in the house. Come on, give it up for the mechanics. They orchestrating this Bay Area sound and taking it to a whole new hemisphere. These boys drop gems. We got DJ Fuse is in the house from Raw Fusion. You gotta recognize him. Him and Money B had a radio show before me and King Tech did, and they went on tour and we stole their spot. Thank you. The world famous wake up show. You was on tour, man. You was doing the Humpty Hump. You was getting money, bro. Do something. People don't know that history. That's real, too. Davey D. Cook knows he's here. I see Lord Rab is here, too. No Vultures is here. Davey D, stand up, too, man. This guy has been a pillar. He did all the early interviews. He made us all who we are. I want to keep it going because I know we have time restraints, but damn it, it feels good to celebrate in Oakland. Woo. Man, it feels good. We're going to bring up another assembly member. Please show a lot of love because they came out here and they're 10 toes down. Give it up for the one and only Mia Lisa Bonta.
I'm Assemblymember Mia Bonta, and I get to proudly say I represent the beautiful people of Oakland. Welcome here today. It is phenomenal. I cannot follow up on our sister Carol Fife's words right there. I can share with you that I grew up in New York City in the Bronx, and Tupac reached me there. Thank you for raising such a beautiful son. Brother. for being with you. Well, I'm sure you raised him that way. But Tupac showed me what black love was. When I was a young woman, and I looked and saw, and hip hop. Obviously, I'm coming from the Bronx, New York City. I know what hip hop was in the East Coast, right? Tupac showed me what black love was. He represented it, and he made sure that we also knew what black power was. He brought it to every single one of us. And I'm so proud to be here today to be able to say in Oakland, we are holding down this critical moment, because you all should know that the state of California moved forward a reparations task force to talk about slavery, to talk about the impact of slavery, to talk about the legacy of slavery on our people here. And in this moment, part of that is reclaiming our land. So the fact that we can sit here and celebrate the naming of Tupac Shakur Way as a part of that reclamation, as a part of that reparation, is why I love to be able to represent the beautiful people of Oakland in this moment. We got a lot of work to do. Tupac lifted us up. He's with us still. But he's going to be here as we continue to reclaim who we are. So thank you.
All right, as we move forward. I saw Spice One in here too. Where's Spice One at? Chico, you around? There you go. Give it up for Spice One. Look at him. Look at him. Did I do that right? That was how is it? Blah! Spice, come do it real quick for us, man. Come on, man. Bring Spice One to the stage, right? I know we got time issues. I got us. I got us. We've been doing this a long time. I'll speed it up. Come on, man. Give it up for Spice One, y'all.
I had to come up here and do it because, I went out to Japan and I told them, I said, I can't say blow no more. They looked at me like, you can't say blow? Like, you can't say blow? I'm like, I can't say it. Can't say blow no more. They said, why? I said, man, I need a Hennessy, a few females, then I can say blow again. But I was just, I was just talking like, I used to go pick Pac up the street up there when he stayed up the street in them apartments. I used to go pick him up. We would ride around here and be talking to females or whatever. I think we was both under 21. I was like 20, he was 19. He had just did juice, and I just dropped 187 proof. And we was waiting by the liquor store trying to get somebody to get us some alcohol. And they come up and dude come up and he like, man, don't you got a song about alcohol? Like, I'm like, yeah, I do got a song about alcohol. He said, you Tupac, huh? He was like, yeah. I was like, we need some Hennessy and a 40 ounce of Old English. So, after he got the 40 ounce of Old English for us, we started walking around. We was walking around somewhere back there or whatever down the street, and Popo pull up on us. I throw the Hennessy in the bushes. Pac threw the 40 ounce in the bushes. Popo run up. He like, make us take it. He pick it up. I'll pick it up. I'm like, first I'm like, pick up what? You know what I'm saying? He told me, I'll pick it up. And he made us drink it. Me and Pac was staggering all around here.
Pushes.
Love y'all, man. Y'all stay tuned.
None in the bush, and that's how his shit was handled. First name Jack, last name Daniel.
All right. That's the last time I'm going off schedule, y'all. So we wanted the blah, right? I gave a mic to a rapper. Who was it? Speaking of a rapper, look who just walked in, y'all. That's my cousin 40 Water. Come on. Come on. All right, let's keep it going. Like I said, this is a celebration today. Let's celebrate this man, okay? Coming up next, like Pac was able to bring all of us together from the community to politics, and for that reason, we got the Deputy Mayor of the City of Oakland, the one and only Kimberly Mayfield. Please give a round of applause.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here. I'd like to first thank our awesome council member Fife for hosting this event, and thank the council members who are here, Dan Kalb and Council President Nikki Bass. Thank you, Assembly Member Bonta, for representing our state, and Marcella for representing our Congresswoman, who you'll hear from a little bit later. I am proud to be a lifelong Oaklander, but I know our hometown isn't just the place we were born, it's the place we find our family and our home. Tupac Shakur famously said that if he was going to claim anywhere, he'd claim Oakland. And in that, he spoke for generations of artists, musicians, activists, and leaders who found their voice in Oakland. It was here that he began his solo career, and here that he made his seminal first album, Tupacalypse Now. The town influenced and inspired him, as it has done for so many of us over the years. Our motto in Oakland is Love Life, and I cannot help but think of that today, as we celebrate a man whose life was cut far too short by gun violence. I cannot help but think of the generations who found their voice through his music. I cannot help but think of a mother's love that fought to preserve her son's legacy. So in closing, I'd like to read a short poem written by Tupac that symbolizes his life growing up in difficult circumstances while striving for something greater. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Proving nature's law is wrong. It learned to walk without having feet. Funny, it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else ever cared. Today we remember Tupac. We honor his life, his artistry, and the town that helped him on his journey to being one of the greats. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As we continue, we're going to bring up our next speaker, the District Director for Congresswoman, Barbara Lee Marcella Cortez.
Good morning, Oakland. My name is Marcella Cortez. I'm here today on behalf of Congresswoman Barbara Lee, who proudly represents the city of Oakland. I will read a statement she's prepared for today. I'm sorry I could not be with you all today at the street dedication of Tupac Shakur Way here in Oakland, but I'm sharing my support from Washington, D.C., where I'm fighting relentlessly for the East Bay. Tupac Shakur had an incredible impact on Black culture, hip-hop culture, and California culture. His legacy as a storyteller, actor, writer, and poet will have an immeasurable impact on our community forever. He spent much time in the Bay Area and celebrated Oakland as the city that shaped him, crediting Oakland-based hip-hop group Digital Underground with helping launch his career. This street naming not only honors Tupac's legacy in our community, it also acknowledges the impact of hip-hop on communities worldwide. Tupac once said that he gives all his Grammys to Oakland. I'm honored to celebrate this occasion where Oakland can give something back to Tupac. As we celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip-hop this year, we recognize the role it plays in uplifting, protecting, and amplifying Black voices. Hip-hop has always been used as a powerful platform for political expression. Artists like Tupac created music that raised awareness on issues of socioeconomic inequality, systemic racism, gun violence, and police brutality. Black stories, Black struggles, and Black successes have been told through hip-hop for half a century, and it continues to play an integral role in our culture. I want to acknowledge Leroy McCarthy and all the activists, advocates, elected officials, the city of Oakland, our mayor, our council member, and our assembly member, and all of the artists and special guests we have today who have made this happen. I also want to acknowledge all of the artists who continue Tupac's legacy and commitment to our community. Without their dedication, one of hip-hop's most iconic pioneers would not be appropriately celebrated in our community. Thank you for all you do, and congratulations today.
All right, cool. Let's keep it going. All right, next up is the self-proclaimed best rapper to ever exist out of the Bay Area, with the most style and the most fierce eye for directing, best dancer to ever come out of hip-hop culture, best dresser to ever come out of hip-hop culture, the smartest man to ever pick up a mic out of the Bay Area, and he'll battle you, and he does not care. He said he wrote a lot of Pac's rhymes but didn't get credit. And he wanted to talk about that today. I told him this ain't the time. It's a time and place for everything, but he insists, you know, if it wasn't for DJ Fuse, there would be no Raw Fusion because his ego was bigger than the town. I want to welcome him to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for my brother, man. I love this man, and he truly is an important, pivotal part of our history in hip-hop out of Northern California. All jokes aside, give it up for the one and only Money B.
Obviously, he knows me. And Atron, I'm going to get him back for telling our payola stories, all right? So look, me and Sweat were actually talking. We said that if we don't tell our stories, then someone else will tell our stories for us, right? So I know I'm supposed to keep it short, but I'm just going to tell a quick one. A lot of you probably thinking, why is Tupac Shakur Way here, down by the lake? You know, why ain't it in East Oakland? You know, he's a thug and all that. Well, Tupac's first set of keys that he ever had to anything was right up this street and in these apartments. And, you know, when I get into the story, I have to talk about 3 Digital Underground members that aren't with us anymore. That's, of course, Shock G, Smoothie Smooth, and Dion Big D, the Impossible, right? Important players in why we're here right now. Obviously, you know, the way Pac came up, he didn't have credit, so he couldn't get an apartment on his own, right? So this apartment up the street, one of our group members, Smoothie Smooth, he was the apartment manager in that building. And along with Atron and Shock G, I don't know who paid for what, but they were able to get him into that apartment. And, you know, when me and Pop, when we first go on the road, he had never had anything. So when we were roommates, everywhere we go, he just throw his clothes wherever he sat down, his blunt ashes would go everywhere. And I was like, well, when he gets his apartment, he'll learn how to. No, it never happened. You go over there, it was just, you know, but it was, you know, it was wild times, right? But in that same apartment, along with Big D, you know, that was Pac's first producer, DJ, my childhood friend, where they created most of the music for Tupacalypse Now, right up the street in that apartment. And I just remember, you know, just being in there, and even then, when he had his own space, the music was always playing. I don't care what time you went over there, there was always music playing. And I'm not talking about Jodeci or something. It's beats, because he's always creating, he's always working. And it was almost like that was the factory. That's where, whenever you walked in, you had to pick up a pen, be ready to work, because that's where it was going down, right? So my fondest memory of him living there is not even in his apartment, because I used to live on Wayne Avenue on the other side of the lake, right? So, you know, we used to always back and forth. Anybody that knew Tupac knew he couldn't drive, right? So I remember he got his first, was it Cherokee? He had this Jeep Cherokee. That was his first car, right? And remember, with Digital Underground, we were with him when he recorded his first record. when he did his first movie. We took him on tour for the first time. But the happiest and proudest I've ever seen Tupac was when he drove his car to the other side of the lake to my house. I'll never forget it. And he wanted me to get in the car. I was like, nah, cool. Right? But, it's just so many memories just from here to there and back and forth. I could go on for a long time about it. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Fab. He's here. He got the key to the city. But Tupac Shakur always had Oakland on lock. That's what's up. Hey, Ray, Seth, I love you. Mo, thank you guys for inviting me, all right?
It's just me against the world.
That was beautiful, man. Man, you didn't, man. Money, that was beautiful. It's really beautiful, Money. Bro, I do this every morning. Good luck. You give me one day. You did have the show first. That's some barrier history people don't realize. Money being DJ Fuse did the Wake Up Show before Sway and Tech. It wasn't the Wake Up Show. That's why it didn't last. All right. We're going to move on to our next speaker. All right. Welcome to the show. I'm joking. That's the only way I'm going to get money. He usually gets me, I swear. I promise you. We're going to bring up our next speaker. Please welcome the one and only Tony Pizarro. Tony Pizarro.
What up, what up? I'm up. Everybody told me before I came out here, make sure I keep it PG. I was like, what? So when Carol made that comment, I was feeling her. But I first connected with Tupac with that logo, being with the way that I was raised in my household. Remember the logo with the fist in it? that was real powerful for me. And thinking back to the very first time that we really connected, and I just want to bring it back one more step, is Tupac is the person that I ran into the most in my whole career. I used to always hit Tupac up, hey man, I'm mixing for Cube, I'm mixing Color Me Bad, I'm working with Tevin Campbell, you need to let me mess with you. And he'd be like, man, I'm working with Bob. And Bob was the big cat, working with everybody, so I had to step back down. But we would see each other so much in the club, at different people's houses. We would almost see each other every day. And when I tell you that familiarity breeds contempt, that we saw each other so much that in Tupac's eyes, you could tell he just had that look like, yeah. So one day I was working with Cube, and Cube had Pac come and do some lyrics, and he saw, okay, there you are again. And later that night, I think we started that session about 11 or 12 noon, and that session went to about 7 a.m., and I was the only one working in my studio, and his whole crew was crashed out. Tupac could smoke, drink, and keep working. The whole crew was crashed out, and it was kind of like a message, like we both have the same work ethic. And one of the things that I really saw in Tupac was being that the way I was taught in my household, that hard work and determination and focus will always get you there. And I felt like that's what I saw in Tupac. And it was so prevalent that at that time my phone was ringing off the hook, and I was just trying to figure out who I needed to be working with to put plaques on the wall. And when I started working with Tupac, I stopped working with everybody for, I think it was like 2.5 years. And what I'm trying to say is it paid off. I didn't work with anybody because I didn't want to, when Tupac worked so much, that I didn't want him to come back home and me be on another project and me lose my spot. So I didn't work with anybody until after he went to jail. But one of the things that hits me the most about Tupac was how clear he was. So this one day when it was 7 in the morning, his whole crew was crashed out, but he had so much focus when he explained that, man, I want to record so many songs, Tone, that even when I'm gone, they will always have music on me. And that hits my soul so hard as I speak, because I'm going to tell you, there are 3 Tupac albums left. So when he said, I want to record so much that there will always be, that always just rings in my head. And even after he had passed, everybody was like, Tone, but man, I know you guys are still recording. It was like, no, we were just working. But anyway, I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it sweet. And I think one of the main things to remember for me was, you know, there was a lot of things going on with Tupac, but it was about the message. There was a lot of songs. We have a Gemini, if anybody really knows the Gemini. So the Gemini is giving you everything, right? But we're here today, and I think one of the main things we want to remember is the fight for unity and peace. And so I'm going to bring you with this one.
You all appreciate it. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see a face.
Okay, my man. And if for those didn't know, I am the co-writer, producer of Dear Mama. I'm probably one of the people that work with Tupac the most, recording over 300 songs, next to my man Johnny J, rest in peace. But the message, back to the message, you know, there's a lot of message, but the message is, it's a struggle every day, but you got to hold on. And back to the beginning, everybody here, everybody that came to see Pac, can we get the fist for the power? And if you check me out, I'm working with a lot of people. I ain't going to say it right now, but I'm back in the game. Not only is Tony Pizarro, but TP13. TP13, obviously, Tony Pizarro. Also stands for total power. The 13 stands for the abolishment of slavery. And it also stands for Tupac 13. And that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for having me here. Sekyiwa Shakur, my man Mopreme Shakur, the Tupac Foundation. My old manager, Tupac's manager, Adrian Gregory, keeping it real. There was never no industry funny stuff. And I'm out. And it feels so good to be back home, Oakland. As anybody knows me from the back of the day, East Oakland, Humboldt County. That's how I got my start, and we out.
Give it up for Tony, y'all. Give it up for Tony. Pac bringing them out. I think I just saw Fred Hampton Jr. walk up in here, man. Chairman. Wow. Come on. This next icon that I'm going to bring up on stage is blood related. We didn't find that out until a couple of years ago, but it made sense because I always noticed him. He was walking in greatness from the beginning, and I think he personified everything Tupac did as well. When I used to hang out at that same apartment everybody's talking about, I used to sit on the couch and hear Pac talk about protecting black women. He talked about financial literacy, even when the mics and cameras were off. That's what he was talking about. And this man has walked in that plight when it comes to business and economy and longevity and being authentic and being a visionary and representing the Bay Area everywhere he go. I see him all over the world, and he's representing the Bay Area, and he's setting fine examples. And I don't know, I think he would beat Money B in a battle. Please welcome the one and only E40. Come on, man.
Mob shit, bitch. I know you know. But check your aimed up. I'm in the SC4 double up, sitting real low, stick in the flow. Oh, the hoe want me to come swoop.
What's happening with y'all, man? Hey.
And maybe we can go to the mall or something.
Oh, man. Oh, then it got started. Hey. Okay. Oh, man. Hey, man. I'm glad I get to get up here on this historical day. My man Ray Love had hit me and say, man, I know you want to say a few words for your guy Pac, man, and so it was mandatory that I made it here. I want to say, first and foremost, when I been knew about Pac, but I didn't meet Pac until like 92. But the person, where we at? Davis, I think it was Juneteenth or something, and my man Richie Rich, he was there, and he was like, he say, we was finna leave. Oh. Okay, there we go. Double R was like, hey, 40, I gotta give you a Tupac number, man. He wanna get in contact with you. And I say, huh? Tupac? Like that, right? He said, yeah. He did it. I called Pac. I left a voicemail. He hit me. I didn't even know it was his number. I didn't trip. I was like, I tripped when he left a voicemail. He say, yo, 40, word, it's Pac. You know, he had a little bit of New York in him. Word, right? So I hit him, man. From then on, come on, man. I mean, we just talked, and we talked about things that a lot of people might not even talk about, man. You know, but he was genuine. If he liked you, he loved you. If you was on some sucker stuff, he ain't feeling you because he was too real. He was the realest rapper ever. He was very bright. You understand me? He was a triple threat. Movies, rap, poet, everything. You understand me? You know, made positive music, self-esteem lifting music for females like Dear Mama. You know what I'm saying? Brenda's Got a Baby. Keep Your Head Up. We can go on and on forever. You know, so all I know is it was always good times. He'd get in the studio, and when we in the studio, he would actually write within like 10 minutes, write his whole verse. I never seen nobody write that quick. He was incredible with the pen. Last time I seen him, we was in Calabasas at my Practice Looking Hard video, and it was a star-studded event. We was on my trailer. He playing songs that I never heard before. He was just telling me about Machiavelli. I was like, I'm Fonzarelli. He was like, I'm Machiavelli. He had a song. I tripped out because I didn't even know on that same year, the Hall of Game album, I had a song produced by Mike Mosley, and it was called Things That Never Change. And so I didn't know. I put that out. I didn't know like a year later or a few months later that he had to record it around the same time or even before he had the song Changes. Bruce Hornsby, we both sampled it. It's crazy. That's the pattern we was on. But the songs that he played for me when he was, you know, he told me, and it kind of bothered me. I never heard nobody say this before. He said, 40, I got albums that for when I die. He told me that. It sounds regular now, but at that time, it was kind of shocking to me. You know what I mean? But I understood it. And now I know I got albums for when I pass.
because that's all I do is record. This is our art. We got a passion for rapping. This is what we really do. I really feel in my heart that Tupac is in heaven because he believed in the Lord real heavy. You know what I'm saying? He spoke up for our people, for our culture. You understand me? And he was one of them. He the greatest rapper that ever did it, man. He did so much in so little time. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to take up, speaking of time, I don't want to take up everybody's time, but this is a great event, and I know he's looking down and hecka happy, hella happy. So I love y'all. 40 water out.
Yeah. On my page.
All right, give it up for 40 water. The jacket is real slick. Matches the sneaker game. It was intentional. But it doesn't look like it, right? I want to say, man, I was born and raised in Oakland, California. I used to run down from Oakland High down MacArthur, run the lake for track practice, went to Bret Hart Jr. High, went to Manzanita Elementary, grew up on 23rd, East 22nd. And I've seen a lot of real town people come out of the town, but I don't know if anybody personifies the town as much as this next young man does. I mean, I think he sets the trends. I saw him in the business and I saw him out the business. Growing up, he used to come over to our neighborhood over on 13th Ave a lot and hang out with us, right? And I saw him do that 415 project, and I knew he was on to something, and then he became the first West Coast rapper to ever be signed to Def Jam Records, put out that Don't Do It. He's been doing, if you look at his cars, if you look at his bikes, if you look at his style, he was that before the rap game. Truly a Oakland figure. Give it up for the one and only Double R, a.k.a. Richie Rich.
Don't do it.
Yeah. How everybody doing, man? It's gonna be short. My lips is chapped. I didn't know it was gonna be this hot out here. I've been licking my lips for the last 20 minutes. I met Tupac in 1991 in a very peculiar situation. A female who lived in Berkeley, her name was Teresa. She called me. She was like, "Rich, I got somebody out here from New York. I want to introduce you to him. You guys have a lot in common. I think you guys will really hit it off." She didn't tell me his name. She said, "And he needs some smoke." I'm there. If you need me, scream Double R when you see me. I'm there. I drive to Berkeley. I pull up. I meet this guy, this kid. He's a young guy. We handle the business. We exchange numbers. 91, I gave him my mama's number. You know, you used to have your house phone back then. We wasn't really popping. I gave him my phone number, and we just kind of linked. We started hanging out. It wasn't about music. It was just, in general, hanging out. I had 415 going at the time. I think it was probably the hottest thing in the street at the time. So he spoke to me about wanting to do music, and I told him, I said, "Bro, you on the Black Power stuff. I'm on this gangster thing. Like, it's a different thing." He like, "We're going to do some music." We didn't end up working in a studio till years after that. I think his first album that I was on was the Me Against the World. And then on the 1996 release of All Eyes on Me. I got two quick stories, funny stories. A prelude to what Money said about him and this Jeep that Atron bought him. Atron bought Tupac a brand new Jeep. The apartment was up there. He called me. He said, "I got a car. Pull up on me. Let's smoke." So I pull up on it. This apartment they're talking about, where you park is in the back of the apartment, and it's a catwalk to drive out of this thing. The Jeep is back there. He like, "Come on, let's go get some blunts." I said, "All right." He said, "I don't know how to drive." I said, "Well, let me pull it out." "No, I got it. I get in the passenger side. Pac pulled out, pinned the mirror up against the passenger window, dragged the Jeep all the way down the wall. All the way. This is a true story. Dragged it all the way down the wall. And I'm like, "Dude, you messing up the truck." He said, "Man, I ain't never had nothing. I'm just happy. Let's get some blunts." We get to the store, and I get out, and the whole side of the truck is trashed. He didn't care nothing about things. He cared about people. He was just that kind of guy. we ended up doing songs in the studio. He's actually one of the biggest reasons I got signed, because he told me, man, you got to get signed, you got to get a deal, get a deal, get a deal. He wrote me a few times when he was in Dannemora talking about he was going to be coming home. So he was like my little brother. And I tell people, I said, he's like the little homie who turned to the big homie, because you know what he did. I mean, he skyrocketed. But I remember being at home one time, and he called my mom's house. And my mom say, "Is somebody on the phone for you named Tube Socks?" And I said, "Who?" She said, "He said his name is Tube Socks." I said, "No, Mama." He said, "Tupac." She said, "Well, wait, get on the phone." So me and that man, we had a whole lot of good memories. I keep a lot of me and his business private because it was me and his business. He was more than a human being. He was an angel. He was a gift, and he was a God. Okay? I feel blessed. My heart is beating right now talking about my guy. I feel blessed to be able to do any of the things that me and him did, whether it was nightclubbing, hanging out, recording, whatever. What I want you guys to know about that guy is this place here, he loved this place. He loved Oakland, and he talks about it all the time. So, man, I'm just glad to be here. I appreciate your set. Thank you. Mopreme, Ray Love hit me. He like, "Rich, I got to get you out here." You know, I wish he would have told me the sun was going to be out, because I would have just wore my T-shirt. You hear me? It's hot up here, man. Let's make some noise for Tupac. Well, if I do that, the red lint is all over the thing. You know what I'm talking about? Let's make some noise for Mr. Tupac Shakur.
Come on, man. Look at me. He couldn't show the lint, I'm telling you. Rich has been like that since we were teenagers, though. You gotta respect that. Our next guest, to me, is one of the most important people. I won't even limit it to just hip-hop, but that the music business has ever seen, the culture has ever seen, and he's from right here in Oakland, California. He was a tremendous inspiration to me personally. I often talk about stories. I worked at a record store, and I used to see this man bring his own records into the music people, and I'm the guy in the back recording the records coming in and coming out, and I keep noticing this man in his own record label, Busted, coming in and bringing these cassettes and these vinyls, and I'm like, damn it, I got to do whatever it is he's doing. And he inspired my partner, King Tech, and I to start All City Productions and Records out of my mother's house right over 23rd, and I started doing the same thing. And the owner of the shop realized I was doing it, and he fired me because I was acting like this next guest, right? But that didn't stop him. You know, he went on to become the first hip-hop artist to ever go diamond. Cartoons. He had a cartoon series. He has every award in the book, whether it's Grammys, American Music Awards, NAACP Awards. He has them all. He lifted people from the Bay Area and gave them opportunities and put them on the road to see the world, to perform on the biggest stages, and bring those experiences back and pollinate them throughout the whole entire Bay Area so we could all be inspired. So when this man gets up to speak, I really want you to celebrate him, because that's not what he does. He walks with humility in his purpose, but I want to say to him, man, you're an incredible human being. I appreciate the relationship you have with Tupac, and I appreciate the relationship you have with the Bay Area. Please welcome the one and only MC Hammer.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. My music.
No, it's all good. It's Pac Day. It's Pac Day. I love y'all. I heard all the stories. I heard every one of them. I heard all the stories the last almost 30 years now. I'm gonna take my time and say this. let's see, I'm from Lockwood. I went to Lockwood. I went to Manzanita. I went to Garfield. I lived on Peralta. My grandmama's house on Adeline. I hung out at the Farmery Park. High Street is where I grew up my whole life from. The bank boys. The Burrells, Ghost Town. Y'all know what it is, all of it. So we not here, finessing nothing. We're talking about Oakland. When Pac say he got his game from Oakland, because hip-hop is so, I ain't got the patience for the fakeness. Let me say it that way. Since hip-hop is so smoke and mirrors and images and characters that people create in the studio don't got nothing to do really with real life, except when a Pac come along and a few others come along. When he say he got his game from Oakland, he's talking about an Oakland, the spirit, the culture, the ancestors. He's talking about the Pullman Porters, who was the first black organization to take on the corporation. He's talking about Bill Russell, who became the first black head NBA coach. He's talking about Frank Robinson, who became the first major league black baseball coach. He's talking about 1963 when Malcolm X came to McClymonds High School. You know who was with him on that day? Cassius Clay. He's talking about Ali. He's talking about the two cats that was sitting at McClymonds High School when Cassius Clay came. And they had a conversation, and that conversation led to these two young men, one named Huey Newton. They got inspired. If you're going to really understand what the culture of this is, you can't fake this. When he say he got his game from the town, he's talking about those trailblazers. He's talking about their commitment. Then came the rest of it, the Panthers. The hip-hop thing didn't come to the 80s. Short was the first one that started doing that here in Oakland. I came right behind him. But the rap is one thing. But representing the people, understanding the people, loving the people, giving back to the people, supporting the people, that's what the town business is. That's what town business is. I don't respect you when you say you town business, your only contribution is who you knock down. Anybody can do that. Matter of fact, my homeboys know what I always tell them, man. All you cats I know, you only knock down people you know. When the other cats come, I don't see you. Y'all respect outsiders more than you respect cats from the town. So I don't really hang with you. Plus, you like rap more than I do. But no, for real, they like rap. It's like a movie, But the Pac that I know, Spice One had a video, and Pac got there early. Then I got there, and that's a miracle that I was there early. But some cats came, and Pac had came by itself. And I saw that they, body language, y'all know what it is. They was kind of starting to feel themselves the way they was addressing Pac. So I told Pac, hey, Pac, come here for a minute, man. Stand right here, right next to me. And then I said, them cats, hey, man, what is it a problem with Pac? And, no, Hammer, we was just telling him how much we love his music. The next time that I saw Pac, the stories earlier are the stories before Death Row. The Pac I was with was his last 8 months at Death Row. I was with him every day. Even the last day, the last night. Even the 2 days before that, we were in New York. But you ain't never heard me talk about no stories on nobody's platform. You ain't heard me go to none of these Hip Hop 50, and just for the record, I got invited to every one. But I really don't have the patience for the fakeness. I'm really, I'm really 60 years old. So I can't really, I can't get with the fakeness of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do it with a young cat, but I can't come around old cats and still be pretending. What you want me to call you? Six shooter. Hey, six shooter. Man, come on, man. Man, come on, man. Ain't none of your bodies turned up yet. I just can't do it. But I might get, I don't know, but Pac got me out here today. My first hip-hop 50 event that I said yeah to, and the only one, is to come and say how much I love Pac, right? So let me just say this. Let me just say this. So from December all the way until that night in Vegas, every day or every other day I was with Pac. We made plans. We strategized. I even strategized that last night. I strategized 2 or 3 days before them. I told them how we need to go to Vegas. The thing is this. Tupac, hands down the greatest rapper ever. It's not even a question of that. It's not questionable. I'm not into what your first or your last bar is, your punchline. I'm talking about the totality of what you said. Right. If you want to do that, that's a different kind of contest. If we're going to talk about the substance of the music, the spirit behind the artist, and who he is, Pac is the greatest ever. I walked into the studio, and Pac had already recorded a new Hammer song. And I was like, what's this, Pac? And he said, man, I told you I'm going to make sure you tight. So, I pushed the button, and here come the skin tight. Boom, 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 boom. You wonder why they call me Hammer. I said, oh, like that, Pac? So I laid that down. And then a week later, he said, go to the studio, Hammer, and push the thing. And I pushed the button, and it said, come listen to my truest thoughts, my truest feelings, all my peers doing years behind all these killings. How many bodies must we witness before we see it's hard to live this life without God, so we must ask forgiveness. Ask Mama why I got an urge to die, and witness the tears flowing free from her eyes before she could reply. For we were born without a silver spoon. My broken down TV shows cartoons in my living room. One day I hope to make it. A player in this game. Mama, don't cry long as we try. Maybe things will change. Perhaps it's just a fantasy. A life where we don't need welfare and we share with our own families. Maybe it's me that causes the fighting and the hurting in my room crying because I didn't want to be a burden. Watch Mama open up her arms and hug me. And I ain't worried about a damn thing because she still love me. In this game, it's lessons for your eyes to see. Though things change, the future's still inside of me. We must remember that tomorrow comes after the dark, so you will always be in my heart with unconditional love. I said, Pac, what you want me to do with that? He said, I need you to rap that. I said, you want me to represent? He said, Hammer, just follow me. This needs to be said to our folks. I want you to say it, not me to say it. I want you to say this. So I laid down the record. And I want to just end this by saying Pac was committed to a future of business, touring. He said, Hammer, this is what we going to do. We going on tour. We going to start at the top of Seattle. We going all the way down to San Diego, but we only going to high schools. And this is what it's going to be. In order for anybody to get in the concert, they're going to have at least a C+ or better. I said, oh, is that right, Pac? He said, yeah, and I'm going to tell him Uncle Hammer made us do it. I love you, Pac. I love the family. I appreciate y'all coming out here supporting him. Not only do he deserve a street, he deserves so much more. He was taken away from us, and I just give God the glory for his life and his town business forever. Rest in peace, Pac.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
The greatest, MC Hammer. Come on, give it up for Hammer. That history. I know No Vultures recording this. I know Chuck from Soul Beat recording it, Davey B. When y'all post that, everybody repost. Anybody who's here on social media, when they start posting, repost their clips. Let's trick that algorithm so folks can hear. That history Hammer just kicked, that's golden history right there. So make sure we do that. Our next guest, I've had the distinct pleasure of speaking with on the phone quite a few times and seen him over the years. We almost had a project that we were trying to work on to get together. Maybe one day that'll eventually happen. But I always liked the way he marched and campaigned for his brother and his legacy, you know. And I would see him all over the world, and anytime I saw him, I look at his eyes and see his brother, and it made me feel like I was nearer. And he's here today. And I didn't even know initially he rapped until he said, how it go? Met Mercedes the Mellow, quite a nice fellow. Met 3T and I hit her a cappella. Give it up for the one and only Mopreme Shakur. Come on, man.
Outlaw Morris. Bow down to something greater than yourself, Trick. Individual capable of enormous amounts of chin checks and oswalds. They ain't no one. You watch the train, see you alive before you be a picture, if you will, 7 deadly human beings.
What's happening? Power to the people. Power to Tupac's people. And power to Oakland. I want to say thank you to Oakland. Thank you to the town. All my colleagues in the house. Yeah, we put it down in the early 90s. I wrote Feels Good right over here. You know. Pac wrote Tupacalypse Now right over there. We grew here. We grew here. And we grew from the love from the town. I wish it was longer. I wish we could have been here longer to do more. But we really appreciate the love and support we've had all through the years, all through the films, all through the music. Starlight Studios, you know, all over. Atron's in the house. Man is in the house. Mouse Man is in the house. You know, the ones we lost along the way. Yacht used to be out here with us. Big D, the Impossible, was in my wedding. You know, Shock G, rest in peace, Shock G. You know, we got a lot of history here. My first manager, Atron Gregory, is here. You know, Mac Dre, for sure. For sure. You know, we grew up with them. The Double, you know what I mean? Spice, Extra Large is in the house. I mean, this is family. It's a family affair. And I knew we didn't, you know, day one grow here, but we grew here. We grew here from the love from the Bay. And, you know, my sister used to stay with us over here as well. So, you know, I just want to say thank you, much love from the family. And, you know, welcome to Tupac Shakur Way.
Homie. Mopreme.
All eyes on me.
Okay, we're going to bring up right now, I want to bring up the man that got me involved with this. I'm not quite sure all the moving parts. I know the family, of course, was involved, but this is the man that called me and asked me to be a part of it. And this is somebody I've been rocking since the 90s, playing this music on KMEL. Really stand-up guy. If you watch him, follow him on his social media, you know he 10 toes down. He's really about this community. Extremely precocious mindset about bringing community together. I want y'all to put your hands together for the man that I know was the glue in putting all this together. Give it up for the one and only Ray Love. Ray Love.
Good afternoon, Oakland. How y'all feeling? How we doing? 100%, 100%. First, I want to say thank you to Carol Fife, to council member Carol Fife. Honestly, you believed in what we were doing and what we wanted to do here, and you stood by us, and not only in word, but in deed, you followed it all the way out. Mr. Fab, I see you over there, boy. You understand? Like, I thank you so much. I appreciate you. Also to the city council who voted unanimously. Give it up for them too. They voted unanimously. 5 years ago, Sekyiwa and I was and Talib and was Mo there? I think Mo was there too. 5 years ago, we were in New York, and we were out there. It was a banquet that was for young men that had been killed by the police department. Eric Garner, Michael Brown. Tupac was getting plaques and stuff that weekend from the governor and from the state of New York. And I met this brother, this gentleman right here. His name is Leroy McCarthy. He is the single biggest reason why all of us, and Seth will probably attest to the same thing, why we have this street here today. This gentleman. When I met him, he was real humble. He's real humble. He's real cool, real chill. And, you know, what are you doing? I got my 30-second elevator pitch, man. You know, I'm popping my P's. I do this. And, you know, I said, what do you do? He said, well, you know, I'm trying to change the tapestry of the streets in America. And it was during the time when they were pulling down a lot of the statues, and they were pulling down a lot of the street names of racist slave traders and people like that that had harmed the community. And they said, we got to walk under these streets. We got to live in this community. We got to go to these schools with these terrible names on it, right? And he said, man, I'm gonna bring our culture to it. He already was doing it. We're standing on Linden Boulevard in Queens. And he says, we're going to change this to Five Dog Boulevard, and we're going to change this to Tribe Called Quest Way. And I said, oh, I need your number. You know, a lot of people talk it, right, and make it look good, but this man carries it indeed. He's done it all over the country, and he pushed. Over the last 5 years or so, it's been really difficult. You know, we've gone through a lot. All of us, the family's gone through a lot, and it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on, and he stayed consistent. He stayed pushing, and he called me and said, we're going to get this done. And I believed him, and here we are today. We got it done. He connected us with Councilmember Fight, and everybody that's come out, all the artists, everybody, all of y'all, man, I grew up on all of y'all. The Bay Area has such a powerful history. When we first got into the business, it was like there was 130 independent record labels here, and we was fans of Richie Rich and 415. We was fans of Digital Underground before we even met Atrium, Underwater Rhymes, and all of that. We was fans of Hammer and 40, and, you know, we bought all of this music. And the culture, Oakland was just perfect of an incubator to create what it is that that became of it. I really wanted to do two things before I'm gonna keep it short. But I wanted to say to the three of you, I love you, all three of you, with all of my heart. And you guys have made a major sacrifice. You sacrificed your parents. You shared your parents with us. You shared your brother with us. You shared your family's love with our whole community, and it don't always come back. Everybody not always standing up like that for y'all, but I stand here for y'all, and the truth is, they're the ones that made this happen. I just was a conduit and just a part of it, but they're the ones who gave me the word. Set said, I don't want anybody to get hurt under my brother's name. I don't want another street with a black hero, and it ain't safe for a baby to walk down or safe for our elderly to be there. So that's what we considered when we put this together, was that we want this space right here in Oakland to be a safe space for our elderly, for the kids. You know, Seth's going to talk about, you know, peace pole. We're going to put a peace pole right there so that we can all agree, and it's going to take everybody to agree. It's going to take not just the rappers. It's going to take the street cats, too. It's going to take our city officials. It's going to take everybody to come together and say, okay, we want this space right here cordoned off for our family, for our elders, and for our people. I want to read something to you. Just, you know, people ask me why I go so hard for Pac. The Tupac that I knew when I first met him was one of the most loyal friends you could possibly have. The first day I met him, he invited me to his neighborhood, and I said, man, you know, my neighborhood, his neighborhood didn't really get along at that time. He said to me, well, you gonna come with me, man. If they get you, they gotta get me too. I've known him about 3 hours. We recorded I'm not kidding either, about 3 hours. And he was dead ass serious till the wheels fall off. when we were about to sign our first recording contract, he wrote a letter to me and Mark Dorado, DJ Dizzy. We had a group together. And matter of fact, this whole circle over here, these are the people in the beginning. All of these people right here, Michelle, I see you, Michelle. They're the ones who helped to incubate and create before it even got to where anybody heard a tape, a single, anything. They were committed, they were loyal, and all of them came out today. Some of them flew from out of town to try to make it. Tupac wrote a letter to me and Mark Dorado, and I want to share it with you. I want you to know the Tupac that I know. With all of this talk of contracts, I want to take the time to make my own pledge to you. He's talking to me and Mark Dorado. It is my goal to achieve maximum success without compromising my principles. And at the same time, spread knowledge, drop science, and build with math. At no time will I abandon you because I consider you my brothers. Through thick and thin, you will find that my loyalty remains pure. I wish the two of you the hypest happiness that one can acquire on this earth. And I pledge all of my strength, and I pledge my all on the strength of my word. My word is my bond. For eternity, I remain Tupac Amaru Shakur. You might not know this, but the last conversation I had with Pac, he was doing a video for I think it was like California Love Remix, and it was like the first time we sat and talked on the phone for a long time. And the line he was pushing, he was like, man, I'm gonna get all of our enemies and anybody who ever did anything wrong to you. And I'm like, he still felt a sense like, I saw everything that people said about you. I saw what people did to my people, to any one of my people, and I'm going to take that fight. I'm going to stand for you. Since he's been gone, it's a few of us that still stand for him. Stand in his stead. If I would have died and he would have been alive, he would have been doing these things for me, for my family, for my kids, and for my parents. That's the Tupac that I know. That's the only, really, the Tupac that I know. So, all of this, man, really has very little to do with me, big facts, other than the fact that I got on the phone and called everybody. That's it. This is Tupac's day. He's deserving of that street. I'm proud of everybody that came out today. Man, it was a real good look. It's been a real good look, and I'm going to pass it off to the family. Thank you guys very much for your time. God bless you.
Hey, Ray, everybody answer because your word is golden.
Right. Okay, I'll be remiss before we bring up Seth. We got the chairman himself, Fred Hampton Jr. here, and I thought we'll give him a few seconds to say some words since he came all the way out here. Please give it up for Fred, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr.
Appreciate you. We got this revolutionary ritual we do, y'all. We say heads up, eyes open, and fists clenched. Right on. Heads up, eyes on the fists clenched. Right on. It's the call, free them all. Pac's sister, Pac's brother, Pac's family, my sister, my brother, my family. Brother asked me earlier, he said, did you ever get the opportunity to touch down with Pac directly? I said, no. However, we was connected. When I was here, first of all, this historical stomping ground, Oakland, California, y'all. The birth of the Black Panther Party, y'all. Historical stomping ground, right on. Right on. Legacy is more important in your life. Real quick. Pac as well as myself, I'm turning towards those concentration camps, quote unquote, those prisons. My mother was 8.5 months pregnant with me when she was locked up. Pac's mother, Finn, was locked up with me. We don't say, you impacted before you even get here. That was our first contact with the American judicial system. I was held captive in the concentration camps. I'm in one of the most, well, first, I also want to say shout out to all you brothers and sisters with this stage real quick, y'all. Me and E40, we got some unsettled beef about that pool table, that pool game we got to handle, but respect, shout out to everybody. Sister Comrade, Secretary Carol, Fire Field Marshal, CRC, respect, y'all. To the people, it's been as UEP News said, without the people, revolution is impossible. Without the people, revolution is impossible. One of the most somber days I recall when I was held captive, and I was locked up about 9 years. One of the most hard-hitting, H-A-R-D, H-E-A-R-T, hard-hitting days I recall. When I was in a place called Clantraya, they called it Centralia, we called it Clantraya. And when that word came down that Pac, they took Pac out. The Pac was assassinated. We said that when we first heard about it. You had grown men, leadership from different street tribes, not gangs. We said the worst gang in Chicago was the police department. But it was leadership that was held captive in those concentration camps. And you could cut it with a knife, how hard it hit us. Grown men. Pac represented the people. Right on? He was connected to the people. He was connected to the legacy of the Black Panther Party. Pac was a Panther Cub. Pac was a bad motherfucker. Right on? We say their legacy, protected, respected, never neglected. There's no other place it should be. Right here, man, Oakland, California. I'm impacted by it. He was impacted by everything. Again, this is the birthplace of the Black Panther Party, y'all. Again, I'm honored and humbled to be here. Long live legacy of Pac, long legacy of the Black Panther Party. Protected, respected, and never neglected, y'all. Power to the people. Free them all.
All right. We gonna keep it moving, man. How y'all feel today? Y'all feeling this energy? Y'all feeling this energy? You feeling Pac's energy? Come on, man. This is an amazing day of celebration. As you know, Pac also, he touched a lot of us, and he delegated a lot of responsibility, as we finding out. Everybody had their role that they played in his life, and with his organization's Thug Life and all the different things he did, he empowered a lot of people. We have the only woman of Thug Life with us today, and she's going to come up and have a few words. I want y'all to celebrate her. Please give it up for the one and only Yanni Stokes.
Charles, get up, please, sir. This is my brother. Okay, so I want to start off by saying I love you all. This was the place for Pac. But I also want you guys to know that Richmond, California was his foundation. And I'm also wanting to share with you all that this fight that we were in and that we are in, because a lot of us have kept quiet in Richmond, because we don't have to boast, we don't have to brag, we don't have to do anything, because we are who we are. We never had to say one word, but we was that man's foundation as well. So I wanted you to know, before there was Thug Life and Outlaws, who were we, man? Wasn't we Underground Railroad? And the have-nots. So see, what this man represented was the people. He loved his people. And we need to get back to doing that one thing, and that's loving each other. We've gotten so far away of what spirituality is, what God is. Right to this day, when I leave this place, I go get back in those trenches in Richmond. Because, see, I thought I was going away from here, too. Yanni was going to pack up, move away, and go to a whole nother state. But God said, no, you're not finished yet. So I'm out there with them shooters. I'm going to put on a uniform when I get up out of this and get in them streets with them young shooters. They need us. We need y'all. And what we got to stop doing is separating ourselves. Because this shit done got out of hand for way too long because we not stepping up together. Oakland needs Richmond. Richmond needs Oakland. We need San Francisco. We the Bay. We all is one. So the one thing that I can say is that we forgot about community, village, family. Because one thing our ancestors did, our ancestors survived. That's why we here. Our elders that's here, they fought. That's why we here. Us, our generation, We hustle. But this youth, our young generation, they lost. They lost. I work with these babies every day. And what I'm asking right now today is for everybody, because I can stand here all polished up and cute and all of that, but I'm in them streets. That's what I do. And I still get out and rock a mic with Ray, Mac Mall, and everybody else. That's what I do. But what's important is our kids out there. They are dying in these streets. When you talk to them, they say, when you ask them, do you believe in God? I got there. This is our damage. We got to fix this shit. I need all y'all. We put our egos aside, quit playing, and go save our babies. Because they our future. And guess what? It's getting real scary of what that future looking like. Who are we supposed to be? That scares me to death. Because we the elders now, y'all. Look around. We getting there. We need each other. So we need to get together and get our elder circle, because we need our elders too, because we still don't know everything. So when we sit at that table with our elders and they continue to teach us, we go back out there and give it to our babies. We need our elder circles, y'all, because we still failing too. So, you know, I'm saying that to say, to gain our young people back, we need to gain their trust and their respect. We don't understand them no more than they understand us. It's all technology now. People don't even go talk to each other, touch each other, hug. But they can kill each other. We need y'all. We need y'all. It's enough. It's enough. Because they ain't coming back. The ones that's gone ain't coming back. Pac represented way more than the street. He would love this, but he'd be in them streets still. So, I just want y'all to know, man, that I definitely love y'all, appreciate y'all. We're going to keep fighting this good fight. But if anybody, please contact us and help us continue to fight this fight, because our children need us. And I'm out there. Let's do this thing. We ain't letting them go. Man, who else out here? DJ Extra Large. Where our Richmond family at? Where Richmond at? Huh? What's up, Richtown? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. We were silenced for a reason, because now we here. It don't stop. Love y'all. Long live Tupac. Believe that.
Give it up for Yanni Stokes. Yo, Extra Large has been curating this whole event today. DJ Extra Large over there. I see you. He been dropping on the one. He just large now. He lost a lot of weight. He trying to live, y'all. Give him a big round of applause. I know she probably wouldn't ask of this, so I'm going to ask of you all, especially those who are sitting down, because I watched this woman over the years, and she doesn't realize I adopted her as my sister. When I look at her, I see her brother's face, and when I watch her speak in the powerful ways that she addresses audiences about her brother, his legacy, the foundation that she's the president and CEO of, the work she's been doing when he received that Hollywood Square, that Hollywood, what is that, the star on the Walk of Fame. You know, that was amazing to watch her receive that and to see the emotion. So can we all stand up? And then also donate. Look into the Tupac Shakur Foundation and donate as much as you can. But I'm going to bring her to this podium, and please show her some love, his sister, the one and only Sekyiwa Shakur.
All the homies that I ain't talking about, I'ma sing this one out for y'all. Know what I mean? Cause I ain't mad at you. Heard y'all tearing up shit out there, kicking up dust, giving up motherfuckers. Yeah, niggas. Cause I ain't mad at you. Now we was once two niggas of the same kind, quick to holler at a hoochie with the same line. You was just a little smaller, but you still roll. Got stressed to YA and hit the hood swole. Remember when you had a Jerry curl, didn't quite learn. On the block with your Glock, tripping off Sherm. Collect calls to the tip, saying how you changed. You a Muslim now, no more dope game. Heard you might be coming home, just got bail. Wanna go to the mosque and wanna chase tail. It seems I lost
everybody. I'm going to say again, peace, everybody. Peace. I am the proud daughter of Matulu and Afeni Shakur, the proud sister of Tupac Shakur, Mopreme Shakur, Talib Shakur, Aize, Jama Everett, and Chinua Shakur. What do I need to do? I'm grateful for everybody on the stage, everybody who came today. Thank you, Karenga, for answering my call. Thank you, Mr. Fab, for answering my call. Always thank you to Ray for being the right hand to the right hand. Thank you so much. Thank you to all state and city officials for being here, for helping this happen. Thank you for showing up the way that you do for our people. Everybody here who spoke already spoke about the rapper, spoke about their friend. I'm going to speak about my mother and my father's son. Who died at 25 years old in gang violence by the hands of another black man, by the planning of another black man, whoever that man may be. We came to the Bay Area in the 70s. My mother brought us here while she was fighting for the freedom of my uncle and godfather, Geronimo Pratt. We know the Bay Area from the stories of Jonathan and George Jackson. My brother was told stories over and over again about Bobby Hutton, Bobby Seals, Huey Newton. We have to be able to, like our ancestors, fiercely fight and love our people. On these streets, you can't mention my brother's name if you're still taking a black man's life. You can't mention my brother's name if you're not taking care of children and guiding them in the right direction. You can't mention my brother's name if you are abusing a woman and holding her down underneath your thumb and calling yourself a pimp. We're going to plan a peace poll. We plan across the country. We first saw a peace poll at the Regina Mundi Church in Soweto, South Africa. And this church is where the students ran for safety when they was fighting the oppressors. We took that tradition of this peace poll and we're planning it across the country for our people, our children. To be able to find a safe space for our community to claim a safe space. My prince, I believe in Jesus because I know it can happen, because I've seen it happen. Because the same way that man put his life on the line for his people's sins, I watched my brother put his life on the line for ours. 27 years after his passing, I can't say he'll still be in these streets. I hope in 20 years, if we had him these 20 years, these streets would be different. We've been stunted by the fact that he died before his sentence was finished, before he got to explain what thug life meant, what thug life looked like. It was about taking care of ours. It was about feeding ours. It was about being a shield for ours. Thank you, brothers. Thank my brothers. Thank these sisters here. Thank the organizations that support me as a family member and my foundation as well across this country to do the fight. But we have to stop selling tickets to our pain. We have to stop dancing to our pain. We have to start acting in the way of not just Pac, but all of our ancestors that we want to evoke their names at times like this. No, but every day, whenever there's a child that's killed, that's in the name of Pac, and that's blasphemy. We should be completely offended. It's blasphemy. If there's somebody dying, it must be because he hurt a child. He beat a woman. We have to be protecting ours. So Tupac Shakur Way, let it be better than Martin Luther King boulevards around the country. Please, let his spirit live on the rest of these years under these streets and in your hearts and in the way that you walk and in the way that you stand. You listen to his music, you really love my brother, live like you do. Let him live through you. That song that played, the reason I let it play out was because he was describing, he was talking about his brothers in the street that may not be going the same route that he was. That might not be looking the same way he do right now. But I still love you and I'll still support you. We have to fiercely love our people under every street name, but especially under Tupac of Marin Shakur's name. Peace and thank you. I'm going to say real quick, my father died in July. Thank you, brother. He gave his entire life to this struggle. He had 6 months out of prison. And in those 6 months, he wrote hard, real hard. He was in the studio. He's with cancer. In the studio, he was making albums and writing books. Still feeling like his message wasn't complete. Let's be able to finish each other's sentence and finish those thoughts. I'm going to say straight ahead like Matulu said, and please repeat it. Straight ahead like Matulu said. Peace, everybody.
Oh, shit. You done fucked up, man. You done put two of them maggots on one in the same motherfucking place at the same motherfucking time.
All right. Please give it up. Shout out to DJ Duro right here on the stage with us, too. That man deserves his respect. We want everybody to turn around right now to that sign right there on MacArthur in the corner of Grand. As we do this reveal for the first time, for now until infinity, as we celebrate the spirit of Tupac Amaru Shakur, let's reveal the new street and make some noise where Pac can hear us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Yee! There it is. Make some noise for Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur Way. Give it up. Go out, have a beautiful day. Stay community. Love y'all. Get home safe. Mr. FAB, you the mayor now.